My name is Skull Pen. Sounds like a great way to make a living to me. Our next nominee is WYSIWYG Technical Pamphlet by Ed Piskor, an entirely fictional, entirely plausible history of Kevin Boing Thunk Fennicle, the Houdini hacker. As this tightly structured introductory publication, part 1 of 8, informs us, when he was in, quote, when he was in jail the first time, he did 8 months in solitary because everyone was simply scared of him, unquote. It's a history of an anarchist, either born or inadvertently self-created, learning young how to build the system, and who grows more adept at doing so as time and the subsequent 7 installments unfold. A very, very ambitious work, painstakingly rendered and skillfully developed. Ladies and gentlemen, WYSIWYG Technical Pamphlet creator, Ed Piskor.
Thanks a lot. This is a pretty cool incentive to keep producing the rest of the other issues that I plan to.
The Ineffables by Craig Bogart are another in vitro Saturday morning cartoon waiting to become an ex vitro Saturday morning cartoon. The Ineffables featuring Mason, mysterious totem risen from a nameless Pacific isle. Chet Burnett, crusading fringe journalist. Clarity, a sentient work of abstract art. And Abe Lincoln, having faked his own assassination to investigate a Confederate plot involving the Fountain of Youth, he has returned to join the Ineffables as the toughest patriotic comic book character of all. Don't miss The Dead Didn't Reckon with Coach Ewart's fighting dodgeball squad. Don't miss the invading army of mallard ducks subjected to Rorschach ink blot tests. Don't miss Craig Bogart coming up to accept his nomination plaque.
Thanks very much. I'd like to dedicate this to Steve Gerber, who passed away a few weeks ago and was a huge influence on my artwork.
The Ineffables by Craig. No, I already did that. Get back in the show. Ricky Gonzalez, Victims at the End of the World, is our next nominee. It is a tightly woven and excruciatingly poignant graphic novella which takes place, quote, in a world where forgotten dolls are reborn and reformed, unquote. Although drawn in a primitivist style, the story is compellingly nuanced, composed of layer upon layer of introspective narration, illustrating plainly the experience of not letting go and of willfully mistaking self-interested inference for self-evident implication is an all-too-human one, transcending gender and transcending sexual preference. Ladies and gentlemen, Ricky Gonzalez.
Bob for holding the expo. Thank you very much, Dave Sim, for this award. This is a real honor. Thank you.
I just did it again. Our next nominee is Daybreak by Brian Ralph, a graphic novel that first appeared on the New Bodega blog and in the magazine The Drama. It It's a post-apocalyptic narrative in the Romero Night of the Living Dead tradition, featuring a very small cast, which includes you, the reader. It's a very effective use of subjectivism, sparsely but engagingly drawn as the nameless characters seek to stay alive against all odds. I hope that this is just the first volume in a series. It drops off abruptly at the end. But even if this is all that ever exists of Daybreak, the reader definitely gets full value for his or her comic dollar. Accepting for Brian Ralph.
Well, thanks for Brian, and I thought some of the Bodega guys were here, but I guess they didn't hear the announcement, but thanks. I will make sure he gets it.
And that brings us at last to the recipient of the 2007 Howard E. Day Memorial Prize, Mr. Big, a collaboration of husband and wife team Matt and Carol Dembicki of Fairfax, Virginia's Littlefoot Publishing. To say that they had an uphill struggle selling me on a pronouncedly ecology-oriented work about a small ecosystem in the natural world is an understatement. My idea of roughing it is black and white television. As Jay Hostler, the 6-time Eisner nominee, puts it in his foreword to the book, quote, "Is Mr. Big the terror of the pond denizens or their protector?" The difficult answer is that he is both, not because he has chosen either role out of benevolence or malevolence. Mr. Big just is. And in the hands of a talented cartoonist like Matt Dembicki, we get to experience all of the wonder and terror and complexity of his world. We do indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the recipients of the 2007 Howard E. Day Memorial Prize, Matt Dembicki.
Well, I'd like to thank Dave for giving all the cartoonists an opportunity for this, and we're really honored, especially given the quality of the nominees this year and in previous years. We're just happy to be in that little circle. Carol's going to be here tomorrow. If anyone wants to chat with her, she's actually more personable than I am. So thank you.
And that's the end of the 2007 Howard E. Day Memorial Prize ceremony. Thanks very much. All of the cartoonists now get back to your tables, and all of the people who are civilians, please go back to those tables and buy as many small press comics as you can. Thanks.